fascinating story. The Education Department says 40% of people with student loan debt are not making their monthly payments. Lots of them are in flat-out default. Look who's here. Bill Bartmann. He runs Financial Samaritan. Now, this is a very interesting company. Bill, welcome to the program.
Well, thank you, Stuart.
Let me see if I get this right. A student loan goes into default. You buy that loan from the bank, and you buy it for pennies on the dollar.
Correct.
You then turn around and try to get that student to pay off on that loan, albeit at the reduced rate.
Yes.
And you make money doing that. Am I correct?
That's absolutely correct. Yes.
That's how the whole thing works.
Yeah.
How do you persuade them to pay?
Well, we do what no one else has ever done in the 5,000 years of debt collecting. We take the adversarial out of it. It's typically in a debt collection environment, there's somebody who's yelling and screaming at somebody who can't pay.
Right.
Well, since we know that they can't pay, yelling and screaming doesn't do any good.
Well, excuse my language, how on earth do you get them to pay?
Well, we solve their problem of why they can't pay. It may be because they're un or underemployed. We help them get a job. It may be because they have so many other debts, and we help them negotiate their other debts with their other creditors so that they can reduce their total debt consumption. And then we also help them with access to social services. When we're done helping them, then we ask them to pay.
Whoa, so you're kind of a social service to make money. That's what you are.
We are a for-profit organization.
Yes, you're making profit.
But our real mission is to help people get out of debt. I know that sounds corny, but we've done it now for 30 years.
No. You're using the word Samaritan. I take notice of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you've helped, what, 4.2 million?
Yeah, 4.5, but who's counting, right?
But 4.5 million
yes.
loans have gone into default. You've bought them, and you've made people pay. Now, what proportion do not pay?
About 10%.
And you can work with that?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, because...
Do you screen them before... Okay. You go to the bank, you find out you've got X number of loans in default. Do you screen the students who are in default to figure out, well, they're likely to pay me some money, and this lot's not? Do you screen?
Yeah, absolutely. We do due diligence to make sure we know what it is we're buying.
So not just anybody can come to you?
Well, no. We end up having to buy the whole universe. But now, because, you know, some of them are not going to pay as well as some others, you price the entire portfolio.
Oh, wait a second. You go to a bank and you buy all their student loans that are in default.
Yes.
You get them.
Yes.
And you give them pennies on the dollar. Okay, I got it. But you give them something.
Yes.
And they're happy to unload all of this stuff. You then look at the portfolio and say, well, this bunch, not likely to pay off, but this bunch, they're likely to pay, so we'll concentrate on them.
Yeah.
Are you making money?
Absolutely. Now, the law of diminishing returns says if you spend money in an unfruitful venture, shame on you. So we cut them kind of like a border collie herding sheep. We find out which ones are likely not to pay, and we don't bother them. And you say, well, then they're getting away with something. And we say, we don't care. If we can help 90%, we don't care that 10% had some larceny in their heart and got away with something.
Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Bill Bartmann, a financial Samaritan, a man who makes money out of being a Samaritan. That's pretty good, Bill.
Well, thank you.
You could come again. We appreciate it. Thank you, sir.